Hey guys, welcome to another Cook with me, Georgia Lee. So today I'm going to be doing something different on my channel. It's been a while, guys, since I've had pork belly that is. So I'm doing some pork belly slices and I decided to go ahead and wash it in some lemon juice. Well, with lemon water. You can do lime, lemon, whichever you like, but I've got lime right now and lemon. So yeah, I just went ahead and cut up one whole lemon and I'm just gonna soak it and wash it for a little bit. So I'm going to rinse it off and then rewash it again and then start seasoning it. So some of the seasonings I'm going to be using, I will show you guys in just a second. It's going to be a lot because I want it really nice and flavorful, okay? And then I'm going to add my secret ingredient. So stay tuned if you want to see how I'm going to cook this pork belly slice. All right, let's jump right into it. So I'm not sponsored by this company, by the way, but they had an offer and I decided to pick up lots of their seasonings. So I have different seasons not only in these little bottles, but I feel like they are so handy, and I'm going to be using all of these today. All of these. Some of them got repeating ingredients such as pepper, garlic seasoning, onion seasoning, paprika. So I won't be using too much paprika, but I wanted to go ahead and use the smoked one because it gives a nice flavor to the food. And I'm going to be using some of this buffalo seasoning, Cajun, this steak season that has some nice pepper and garlic flavor in there. This paprika and onion chicken seasoning. Yes, it's chicken season, but it has many different other seasonings in there. Let me show you guys this little sneak peek. So it has more paprika than anything else. Salt, which I won't be adding too much salt because all of these seasoning has extra salt. Onion granules, barley, parsley, black pepper, cayenne pepper, dried lemon juice, and thyme and sage and some other ingredients. So definitely going to be using it sparingly, maybe like a tablespoon each, or a teaspoon and a half. And then I have this one here, season all, which has salt, paprika and pepper. So yeah, most of them do have a repeating paprika kind of seasoning going on, but as I said, I like the smoked one, so I'm only going to be using this, and it gives a nice color as well. So let me go ahead and start seasoning this pork belly slice. And whew, baby, I can't wait because it's been a while, as I said, and I know that some of you guys like pork, maybe you don't eat it as often too, and yeah, you just want to see a different way you can eat pork, cook pork, and maybe even give it to your family, okay? Because this is gonna feed a lot of people. Let's go. So now the baby is washed. I cut it up in some bite-sized pieces. Let me show you guys. Let me use a fork. I just washed everything off and cut them up in bite-sized chunks so it's easy to season and eat. And as I said, you can feed your whole family with this, so the more the merrier, right? So we're trying to make it stretch, as we say in the Caribbean. So what I'm going to do now is season it. And first off, I'm going to add some smoked paprika. I'm going to eyeball this, okay? So we got the smoked paprika in there, and then that other seasoning I was talking about, the New York buffalo seasoning. I'm just going to put some of that too. And this seasoning has many different ingredients as well. The one that made me attracted to it is like dried red peppers is in there, butter powder. I've never heard of that one. It sounds new, sounds good. Chili peppers is in here too. We also have a little bit of paprika in here, so I'm not going to be using too much, as I said. But I like the garlic and other spices that's in here, so. Next, one of my favorite things I use in almost everything that I cook is Cajun. I love Cajun spice. I always have to have that in my house. And Cajun spice is just like another just beautiful. Look how much things is in the Cajun spice, guys. So much things. But look out, because I want to make my own seasonings. like DIY seasonings and mixes, herb and spices for you guys coming up very soon. I'm gonna add a little drop of this steak seasoning because the spices in this is phenomenal. Everything has something to offer, so I'm just gonna add all of these. So now I'm gonna add the chicken seasoning, which adds another set of spices that I need, and then lastly the seasoning oil. Then I'm gonna add some mixed herbs because I like my herbs, and then we're gonna mix it all together nicely. So mixed herbs. In this I've got dried marjoram, dried basil, dried thyme, and oregano. You could get different seasonings in the shop or in different mixes out there, so yeah, see what works for you or use what you like, I would say, because not everybody likes the same kind of mixed herbs or seasonings. Okay, some people are allergic to certain things. And the bottom of this has a little bit of water because it's, when after I wash it, it always drains off the remaining water, which I'm going to leave because I might just use that as gravy or for the sauce. So I'm going to season this and I'm going to leave it for about 10 to 15 minutes to marinate. Even better if it's probably an hour or more, because the longer you marinate it, the tastier it's going to be. And if you like leftovers, this will be so nice the next day. Okay, marinating it overnight will also be a good idea. So I'm going to leave this now. Oops, my hand is getting in the way. So this is smelling so good. I'm going to leave this now. I might add a little bit more of something. But I'm going to leave this and come back and show you guys when I start cooking it, okay? So the butter is already going in the pot with some oil. So I just wanted to show you guys the butter. I'm using normal butter. I'm actually using salted butter. And this is what it looks like. And I've got some onions, red onions. I'm going to be using red onions and spring onions today. This is the seasoning or seasoned or marinated pork. Ooh, looks so good. Ready to go in the pot right now. We got this bad boy seasoned, I should say, good half an hour. I tried. I want to cook it so bad. I can't wait any longer. Next time I'll definitely do this overnight, or you guys can. But I normally do this overnight anyways. But today I was like, you know what? I have it. I want to use it. It's a Friday. I don't want to have takeaway. Let's do this. So I've got the butter and the oil going because I want to fry it off nicely and get lots of flavor out of it. So the butter is going to do just that. Let me go ahead and put this in. So as you can see, with a little bit of water that was in the bowl and just the butter, this is all the water that comes out of the pork. Okay, you don't need to add any water just yet. Just let that boil on medium heat. I'm going to show you guys the vegetables now. So this is the mix. I've got some half of a red onion, parsley chopped. I got some peppers in there, so I've got red peppers, red, yellow, and I like the colors. This is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. And I got a spring onion in there as well, and the remaining water from the pork. So I didn't pour everything in. So I'm just gonna mix that all together with the parsley. And just leave that until I'm ready to add it to the dish. This alone looks like I feel like you can eat this if it's pickled. It smells so good. Maybe just add a little bit of oil. Maybe I'll come up with something like this, so fresh. Maybe add some tomatoes because I'm not adding tomatoes to this. There's going to be tomatoes in the other ingredient that I'm going to be using. So. And while it's cooking, you can even add a little tablespoon of ketchup. It's going to make it even more tasty, trust me. Or a little bit of sugar. does the trick. So now I added some ketchup. I'm about to put this. I'm using this spatula because it's very easy not to burn myself. Just gonna mix that around. Then I'm gonna add the mix. Oh, this smells so good. Eventually you need to add some water. Just keep watching it so it doesn't dry out. Once it starts drying out, what I'm going to do with the remaining seasoning left in the bowl, I'm going to add water to this and just pour it in here. So guys, when you add everything in, this is what it should look like. Nice and colorful. But it's going to start bubbling down. I went ahead and added maybe half a cup of water, because I'm going to leave this covered up nicely for about half an hour, and then I'm going to come back and check it. Maybe less than half an hour, maybe 20 minutes the most. And then check it and see what I need to add, if I need to add anything else. And then after that, I add my ingredients, because that doesn't need to cook very long. So yeah, this needs to cook quite a bit. So I'm just going to let it start bubbling. There you go, it's coming along. I'm going to leave that. Then I'm going to add some stock. I might use vegetable stock, or I might use chicken stock today. But the stock is going to help to give it more flavor. It's all up to you which kind of stock you use. Some people like Maggi. Yep. Use what you have, guys. If you don't like stock, just leave the gravy to do what it needs to do for a little bit. You can even add a little bit of honey in this. Woo! Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I might do that actually. Let's go. So we are gonna add the ingredients now before the gravy dries down too much. So I went ahead and I added a little bit of soy sauce, tiny drop of honey, because it just crossed my mind, and I put soy sauce, honey, and as you guys saw, a little bit of ketchup. So now the ingredient I'm gonna add is the secret ingredients is baked beans. So this little baked beans, like I used a little can. You could use a bigger can. I might need another can actually. Let's see how much comes out. So I've put a little bit of sweet chili sauce in there. I'm not sure if you guys can see the little bits of chili in here. There you go. And it's just gonna give it some added flavor, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the pot now, and let that cook together with the pork belly slices.
Nothing will ever be the same. But you need to do whatever it takes to survive. Everyone has a sniper aiming at their heart. But true terror isn't when the bullet hits you.